Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. Yeah. In front of us we have the Ambient Weather WR-77. It's an AM/FM NOAA weather band emergency radio. I bought this radio for $20 from Amazon, and here we are. Here's the box, WR-77, picture of the radio, a little bit of text on that box. We got some symbols, AM/FM, NOAA, LED flashlight, cell phone charge, sweet. And I think on the back side we've got features, same stuff, super bright, 35 lumen. I wouldn't call that super bright, especially you guys in the flashlight crowd, you know what I'm talking about. They're like, hey, if it's not 150, it's nothing. Some of those flashlights are nuts. Cell phone and PDA charger. PDA charger? Really? PDAs? Do we still use those? Two-way power supply, USB, and AA's. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get in the box. Okay, I think it's empty. Okay. It's paperwork, always fun. So you get a yellow thing. Service card. Problems with this product? Let us help. Okay, there you go. Before returning, call them so I can work it out with you. All right. Instruction manual. Pretty clear and concise. It's pretty basic stuff. One thing I was going to show you is specs. There you go. Frequency ranges. AM is 520 to 1710 kilohertz. FM is 87 to 108 megahertz. There's your 7 independent weather bands. Takes 4 AA batteries, not included. Troubleshoot guide. Okay, so we'll go over this stuff. All right, here's the radio in bubble wrap. It's down here. And the first thing I noticed with this radio, it looks like a robot. Who's the radio? Is it GPX that does robots? I don't think this is a GPX product. But dang it, it looks like a robot. You got 2 eyes, eyebrows, and a mouth. Now you'll never look at this radio the same again. That's what I'm here for. Okay, let's get on to dimensions. 5 1/4 inches across, 2.5 inches tall, and a case depth of 1 3/4 of an inch, including the front there. All right, let's go to size comparison. I have CC pocket, which is also a weather radio. And for thickness, there you go. We got a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the laser hands. I got you guys. You guys can say something else. Got to change it up once in a while. So there you go. There's your deck of cards for size. Okay. So let's go over features of this wonderful WR-77 weather radio. Okay, first thing first, we got an LED light on the left-hand side, which is actuated by a switch on top here. And I'll go ahead and do a light test. We'll turn off some lights. Just give you a basic idea. Here we go. Deck of cards. So you'll be able to see around the room with it. Find your car keys, maybe find a better flashlight with this light. If this is all you got handy. That's what I usually would do if I had this radio going and the lights went out. Just use this to find a better flashlight for sure. But there you go. At least you have this in a pinch. Does pretty well. All right, go ahead and turn the lights back on. All right. So turn that off. Okay, yeah, that was the push button switch for the light there. It's kind of rubber coated there. Real easy to turn that on and off. Another neat little thing I noticed is that when I picked this up, there's like finger grips right here, and here. I like that design. It's kind of well thought out. And it's balanced really nice to pick it up that way. So makes it handy. So features on the front of the radio. We have the tuning dial here. You can see it's 520 to 1710. Though it has some weird numbers there. What's that? 1412.5? 817.5? I haven't seen that before. Then here's your FM scale, 88 to 108. It's a basic DSP dial. It's pretty easy to move. There's a red LED tuning indicator. This thing is super bright. We'll probably do a test to see how bright it is with the lights off again, because this thing is so bright I can't even look at it. I have to actually cover this up sometimes because it's too bright to look at. I guess you could just put some black marker on it or something to kind of kill the brightness a bit, because it is a little bit bright to look at. Over here we have the speaker. It's about 1.5 inches. One of those plastic style ones, but it sounds decent because it's a bigger case depth, so it's got a little bit better sound. Bottom here with a band select switch, we have AM, FM, weather bands, dedicated 1 through 7 on a switch. Very solid feeling, so you know where you're at on that. That's nice. Here we have a volume control, which is really smooth and easy to use. Over here we have a mode switch. We have off in the middle, radio to the left, and charge mode to the right. On the right hand side of the radio, we have a rubber jacket here. And we just open it up here, and behind it we have a input, USB mini, to power the radio without batteries. I guess that's a handy thing. It doesn't charge anything. It's just for input, for powering. And you can hook up that adapter they showed in the book for the car or for the AC outlet. There's your output, your 5-volt out. And then you have the headphone jack. Headphone jack, it's not the greatest on AM, but in FM it sounds fairly decent. It is FM mono, both ears, no stereo. So you wouldn't think that on a weather radio typically. You don't normally have stereo. Though I do know of a Sangean radio, the MMR-88, I think. That one has stereo. That's pretty nice. That thing's kind of tight-fitting. There we go. So on top of the radio, you saw the switch for the light. Here we have the antenna. It's a small guy. It's about 13.5 inches. It swivels. That's about limited motion there because there's a stop right here and a stop here. But this little radio does pretty good at bringing the stations in, so we'll talk about that in a second. Let's see. We got the wrist strap on the right-hand side here still. Seems pretty durable. Okay, on the back we have the battery compartment. This takes 4 AA batteries. And its claim to fame is that it only needs AA batteries to operate. There's no rechargeable battery in this thing. There's no solar panel. There's no dynamo. It's all about having AA batteries on hand. And you use AA batteries to charge your devices. It works. It doesn't work fantastic, but it does work. And I'll just go over that real quick since it's a little different. I have an old phone that I keep handy. It's an old Sprint, and I keep it for doing 911 calls in an emergency if something ever happened to my primary phone. So at least you have this. This is completely dead, and I hooked it up to this radio with a charging cable, and it took about 4 or 5 hours to get about 1/8 of a charge. So it's a really slow trickle type charge to the phone, but I could turn the phone on, and I could probably make a call, probably like a quick 2-minute call with it. With that amount of time. So don't expect, if it's an emergency situation, don't expect this to power the phone instantly if you have a completely dead battery. So definitely don't wait till your battery's dead to start charging. If you have a lot of AA's, just go ahead and hook it up and let it go. But it does work as far as a charging device. It's just not super fast whatsoever. So I'll let you know. But I was pretty happy that I was able to do that at least. It was a good little test. So, all right. Let's see, what else do we got? Features you saw about the finger grips, saw the batteries. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn the radio on and do some radio Todderbert, give you an audio check. So we'll go to FM, turn it on the radio. We'll do a couple songs here. This thing's laser bright. While we're doing this, I'll do the test, see if it can read.
crazy mother.
Okay, there you go. So you got to see this red LED light. Man, is that thing bright. Wow. But you know, I guess that's kind of cool. You can read with red light at night with this light. And you can preserve your night vision. Now, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, it's a smart idea. I almost thought to change this white LED to red. And it'd be kind of neat because, you know, red light is good for night vision. So you can do it with this one right here. It is that bright. It's like, dang it. Now, looking through the camera is not as bad, but in person, it's like, whoa. You got to cover that guy up. All right, so we're going to head and turn that down. We're going to go to the weather bands. Let me just turn this off. I think everything else off. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can pick up with the weather band. And then we'll go do an AM band scan, see what it sounds like on AM band tonight. And we'll, oh yeah, we got to talk about FM reception. Okay, so let's real quick just set this down. FM reception. Okay, this is the FM reception report. FM sensitivity was good. 60 stations found. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. For a little radio, I thought was really not going to be that great. It's a DSP radio. So right off the bat, I just wasn't sure what you'd get. A lot of times you just get a bum unit or they're just inexpensively made, but this one's made pretty well. It reminds me of the Kato 210. If you guys remember that radio, it's a DSP with a NOAA weather band. Very similar with handling, you know, the DSP circuit. I like that. So very similar to that radio. This one just has a higher capacity of 4 AA batteries, which is a really nice thing. I like that feature, especially if you have extended power outage. I got to imagine those 4 AA's are going to last you quite a long time. I'm guessing more than 100 hours. If you're not charging a phone or running the flashlight, I guarantee this will last a long time. So FM selectivity is good because the DSP locks on those stations really nice and doesn't allow any other stations to intrude, which is a good thing. And plus, it got some faint sensitivity there. I was able to pick up faint stations, which I thought was great. So that's how I got that good. So it's a 3-star rating, which is above average rating. Average is 2.5 star. People think that's 50%, like it's, you know, a failing grade, but it's not. You know, half, 2.5 stars is considered an average good radio. This is a little bit above average on FM, which is great. So there we are. Let's go ahead and turn it on for NOAA weather band. Hear what sounds. So we get any stations. I think that's one.
For the official National Weather Service forecast for southeast Wisconsin, including Milwaukee, Waukesha.
2, 3, 4.
The temperature was 87 degrees. The dew point was 66.
5.
And the relative humidity was 49%. The heat index was 89.
6.
XI41, Crystal Lake, on frequency 162.500. Visit us on the web at weather.gov/Chicago. 83 at DuPage Airport, 80 at DeKalb, and 83 at
So you get
Rockford.
the idea.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin reported 81. Madison, Wisconsin reported 82. Moline reported 84.
It's just nice that it's,
Reported 81.
you know, dedicated. I like those dedicated switches. It's really handy.
The temperature was 87.
All right, so you get an idea what that sounds like. This antenna is really nice. It has a stowaway position
Humidity was 49%.
where it locks in.
The heat index was 89.
You know what? I'll show you guys the battery compartment too.
At 16 miles.
So there you go. You got 4 AA batteries in there. That's your power bank.
Was 29.80.
And yep, that's how it goes. So you got, okay, so if you're putting batteries in the radio, I know some people want to know this. The positive ends go to the left-hand side of the radio on both rows of batteries. So they all go one direction, which is kind of cool. So there you go, if you want to pause and look at that. All right. I have people that are visually impaired, and I want to help them out. So that's why I've been doing this, opening this up. Okay. Let's go to AM and see what this does. Now, during the day on the AM, it was fairly decent. I was, again, impressed.
I'm going to just start playing these up.
Very few birdie tones. So just kind of do a quick AM band scan, see what we pick up. Not sure. I've never done an evening one with this yet. It's kind of hard to let you guys see the dial, but
Influencing
showers and thunderstorms for Monday. Mostly cloudy with a high in the low 80s. Presently, WSN Doppler radar indicating no precipitation across the entire volunteer state of Tennessee. A few passing clouds.
So there you go. That's 650 Nashville, Tennessee. 434 miles.
86 currently.
Sweet.
Tyrod Taylor. Well, the chance started about
670 to score, local.
and then the injury, and we hope Tyrod Taylor's okay. 4-2 over the Marlins, and your home run leader in the National League, and he's been
Check this. Oh, yeah, here's the time. 10:36 p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois, USA.
National League, Matt Carpenter of the St. Louis Cardinals with 35. Bryce Harper and Nolan Arenado. Harper of the Washington Nationals.
700 WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio. 300 miles.
Paul
Sweet.
Goldschmidt of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And his new name is Trubisky because he misses
720.
so many throws. This kid is not an NFL.
Okay, we know what that is. Holy cow, is that coming in good tonight? Wow, it sounds really good on this radio, too. So, yeah, for those who don't know, CFZM Zoomer 740, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. That is awesome.
Celebrate consumption, not saving.
See what this is here.
But it can really mess up your life. If you become afraid to answer
So
your phone,
decent selectivity there. WSB 750, Atlanta, Georgia.
you don't want to go to the mail
630 miles.
because of the bills.
There are some storms, but yeah, nice.
Must prove innocence. Will these Soviet tactics turn even liberal men against Dems?
760,
Meaning will
WJR Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
opposite happening amongst the electorate that the evil Democrats are
into downtown. If you're on the outbound side of Kennedy, not bad.
780 WBBM.
Jumper crash on the inbound I-Star right near Damon, taking out the two left lanes. Your O'Hare extension, though, first off.
Well done, Jarvis. Big catches and a big win for the Cleveland Browns. Congrats. Thank you so much. God bless. For joining us as a guest, Jarvis Landry receives a gift card from Morton's, the steakhouse. Celebrate your next special occasion with Morton's, the steakhouse. Morton's is the prime place to take your special someone for that perfect steak and an unrivaled dining
810.
experience. Visit Mortons.com for reservations. Final score in Cleveland. The Browns win it 21-17 over the New York Jets. When we come back, Scott Bramry joins us with the postgame report. You're listening to Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them.
Westwood 1, I'm not sure if that's a simulcast or not, but this should be WGY 810, Albany, New York. 740 miles. Sweet. Yeah, this is nice. 820.
Next day, just bump into somebody in the hall doing the
Typically, it's WBAP, Fort Worth, Texas.
Dude, I have a bag, unlike any bag, I counted up before.
But it could also be WCPT, Joliet.
8 bars. I'm talking it's the big kind too.
It's really coming in clear.
This is a 4-star resort.
I hear another station underneath it, so it's probably the local station I hear right now.
And it was incredible.
The reason they want to hack it is because the US knows that the Solar Observatory in Sunspot is a part of an intranet that also includes HARP
840 WHAS.
and SMAC. Through this network,
830 was coming in fairly weak. See if I can get it in.
and the chromosphere, to the point whereby we can actually trigger
The Supreme Court nomination process. Dr. Ford is not a major Democratic campaign.
There you go, WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Contributed to
310 miles.
But is nothing, though, you consider significant whatsoever.
if you remember, I talked about
This stuff, because I'm up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the hypocrite test, right? Yeah. Nothing make you learn something like teaching it, Right? Well done, you guys. Well done. Well, we got a copy of Chris Hogan's book for you, Retire Inspired.
This is KOA Denver, 850, 890 miles away. Sometimes these emergency radios, they got the antenna like on an angle. CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 860, 460 miles.
Health provides a full, in-depth, comprehensive longevity exam to detect problems before they occur.
Without intervention, he was going to have an active cardiac problem. So I told him, look, you were going to be fine. He left with a lot of confidence, knowing exactly what he was supposed to do.
880 WCBS, New York City, New York. Yeah, I think it's probably like this. Okay.
Absolutely, yes. But for the time being, no human that I can remember in sports is better suited to his era, both from a cultural and economic perspective. And right now, you're seeing the
Some local
market
station?
come to meet him. Anybody who bet against LeBron, bet against the interest he has in
1,000?
sports and society merging.
Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire. I just saved hundreds of dollars by switching to Geico.
1020 KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles. Sweet! This little emergency radio is rocking with the AM band. Wow. Very cool.
While you're there, please prevent your younger self from wearing that sleeveless tuxedo t-shirt, parachute pants, and glitter high tops to your senior.
Where, the person wasn't drugged as with car speed, but was assaulted. That was a very traumatic experience.
So you're here in 1030, which is usually WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles. Like I said, there today it was decent radio, excellent, and in the evening it's been fantastic.
Hey, this is Jeff Angelo. If you love everything about where you live except slow internet, Viasat Internet is here.
1040
Just for my listeners, if you're hearing this, you can
is Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles.
cable zone. With unlimited data, you can stream your favorite entertainment on all your devices. What's the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distraction. Choose the movement and be happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us.
1060 KYW, Philadelphia,
That's Zoom.us.
700 miles. Now, a lot of times you can play around with tuning it back and forth to stop that flashing. Again, reminds me of the Cato radios. It might be using a similar circuit, DSP circuit.
Now by a score of 4-2. And Lindor and Bradley, they go back to back.
So 1100 WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
Tripled, scored on a wild pitch, and then Melky
There's a
Cabrera
dial.
drew a bases loaded
It's looking pretty dead on accurate.
But the White Sox win it in the 11th.
Links plus tax title license and dealer admin fee using age inventory allowance. Go
Try
to
1120.
wccards.com/special for details with approved credit expires 10/1.
Join King of OX this weekend.
There we go.
Vivo's
St. Louis, Missouri,
Oktoberfest celebration. This
275 miles.
100 years in the making. All weekend long, the Vivo Mill restaurant will have live German and polka music, a wiener dog costume contest. And people call me an expert on opioids, and I say something I never wanted to be. Wish I wasn't.
1140. We're getting this odd interference in 1140 WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
My wife and all the little nights out there. Yeah, thank you and your wife.
I'm just going to kind of cruise up the dial now.
Are you feeling up?
I would say this is pretty selective.
Our 2018 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Don't miss the biggest superstars. Everyone. I.media. Aging is one thing that affects everyone. No, don't miss out on the resource.
Only thing that's important to the worker today. Remember that.
Okay, when we get that far up, it's probably 1610. We're just going to cruise on up to 1610. It's usually CHHA. We'll just make sure. I'll double check with the pocket. Yes, so it's Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Beautiful. $16.30. KCJJ, the mighty Iowa City, Iowa, about 175 miles.
Junction LLC and 99.7 is my FM.
Okay. Turn it down, turn this off. All right, we'll do final thoughts on the Ambient Weather WR-77. Okay, so current price right now is $23. This gets a recommended buy for me right around $20 because I'll be honest with you, as a radio, first and foremost, it's actually a very good radio. It stands up really nice. It's got a nice flat bottom to it, decent build quality. It takes 4 AA batteries, which you're going to get a lot of runtime from. The FM selectivity and FM sensitivity is amazing. Good, above average. The AM radio is amazing during the day. Maybe one birdie tone I picked up, maybe, so that it's not plagued with birdie tones, which is great. So the AM band is fantastic, especially in the evening, as you heard. We could spend a lot more time with that. Let's see, the volume's nice and easy to use. The speaker is somewhat tinny. The FM on headphones is really good. AM on headphones, not so great, but to be expected. Weather band, upstairs I did really good. I got about 4 or 5 stations clearly. Downstairs here I got about 2 or 3, but I like the dedicated switches. This just feels really solid, like you know where you're at with that switch. It doesn't move. Also, the charging feature, using the AA batteries, I think is a great idea because most people are going to have a brick of AA batteries laying around and you just don't want to sit there and crank a dynamo wheel. I know I don't want to crank a dynamo. I hate those things. I know they're effective in some ways, but it's just not for me for the typical maybe me, typical Todderbert. No solar panel. I really don't need that either. If I have a stockpile of AA's, which I do, I never have to worry about that. So this is a great radio, first and foremost. You could probably run all the time with a USB if you wanted to. I don't know if this would be a radio I would run all the time because the speaker isn't really bassy, but at least it's a good operating radio. It does a fantastic job. So yes, it gets a buy at $20, $23, you're getting closer to that running snail category. And if you like to look at that radio and you like how that operates with the 18650 cell in it, and it has the optional, I think, AAA batteries to run it, that's a great radio too. So if you're looking for emergency radio, that's a decent one. That one's $29. So if this is $20, this is a buy. If this is $23, look towards that running snail radio. I think you'll like that one too. So there you are. Awesome. The WR-77. So if you enjoyed the presentation of this radio, please give me a like. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, as usual. Two, if you're new to the channel, you're like, I like emergency radios. They're awesome. Well, here you go. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos. I'm always looking for cool emergency radios, something different, something unique. And we found one. It's not too bad. 3, comment below what you think about this radio, what your thoughts are. I'm always open to hear what you say. And 4, after hours over at Todderbert, come join me. A lot of things to do after the show. You'll like it. A lot of free content. You can also sponsor me there if you'd like. As little as $1 or $2 a month. And I think we got the reward tiers on the right-hand side. You can see what fits you the best. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.